Nova Drift, which obviously isn't something I've played it before, but I haven't played in a long time. I also reset my. Ooh, okay. I can remember how to play this game. Oh, give me a second, because I think I turned. So I played this game. I turned the volume way down. There. Don't mind me looking through the settings. I don't think I need to mute the. I don't think I need to mute the music. Alright. But yeah, this is Nova Drift, and basically it's sort of like. I can't remember the name of the games, but it's like those Comet Destroyer games. Like those space games where you just stay on one screen and you just shoot a bunch of things coming at you. So we'll go with Railgun. This is a bit of a tutorialization. You earn an upgrade point, which can be used to change gear or purchase a mod. Gear refer to your weapons, body, and shield. You always have one of each. Choose a new weapon gear now. So, no, I'll explain in a minute. So, this is sort of like your shotgun. This is sort of like your spread fire. This is, and this is sort of like, as it suggests, it's sort of like your high-powered laser. Now, out of these three, I don't really value flak very much because it's sort of like as you upgrade it, it sort of feels. I don't know how to describe it better than like. It feels like a really. It feels like adding a bunch of modifications to a shotgun, and it's like what is putting a scope on a shotgun? What is putting So it's kind of like, just it's already a shotgun. You know what you're getting out of a shotgun. So like trying to upgrade it sort of just makes it kind of weird. And this is a lot about this game. It's like, and I described this before because literally I was describing this sort of game, and then being like, oh wait, I already know a game like this that I can play. Where you get upgrades. Basically one of those space games or space shooters where you slowly begin to upgrade your gun as you slowly get more power ups. You suddenly fill more of the screen with your bullets. You get better and better guns. And this is basically what this game is. Like, it's going to be a lot of me upgrading slowly but surely upgrading all of my shit until I'm basically a demigod in the form of a spaceship. But yes, to explain the flat cannon. Well, anymore, it's just like it's short range spread shot. It's sort of like this, except this is a lot less like reliant on the spread. Like yeah, it's a fan of bullets, but it's decent. And this is like single target, like pure shot, which is very nice. Between the three of them, I would always go personally. I would always go unless I'm trying like them after the first time, or trying to experiment with them in a build. I would always go rail shot or railgun. And since I've reset my progress, I don't remember how hard the game is when you start out. So I'm gonna take railgun. You can. Sorry if I forget how to control the ship. I need to do. Oh god, I remember how weird this is. Yeah, I think I always control this with the mouse. Sorry, because I actually haven't played this game in a long time. But oh yeah, definitely with the mouse. just me, like I didn't like practice this game at all before I decided to stream it. Okay, now we got shields, and shields can really cause some crazy shit to happen, and I've experienced all of these. So warp is sort of like you, as it describes. When destroyed, this shield teleports you forward a short distance. Um, basically, you it's less that it what you have this brief window where you can move your cursor and it will teleport you towards your cursor, and it can cause you to be just so hard to kill because you're just constantly like, as soon as the shield refreshes, you're teleporting all over the place. It's very nice. I At first I like kind of didn't respect the warp, but now I'm like, okay, I understand what warp is meant to do. Like you this is great for glass cannons because like if you design your ship properly, this is like up all the time. And the thing is that you when your shield breaks, you become intangible. You become, invulnerable to any sort of damage, and then you teleport. Well, you can't do any damage, I think, but you're teleporting, so you know it's very very nice for your glass cannons. Or I've also used it a lot on creatures that are not creatures, but builds that never want to be in combat in the first place. But we'll get to that later. Um, this is temporal. Um, Targets and projectiles within the shield's radius are greatly slowed. I've never actually found a use for this, really. It's always kind of lackluster in comparison to anything else. Like, it's sort of like, when you slow down the bullets, like, yeah, it makes it easier to dodge, but sometimes you can wind up with bullets that would otherwise be passing you, captured in your temporal field or your slow field, and then you can't dodge them because they're everywhere. You're surrounded by bullets that are just closing in on you. So I've never really found a use for it. Like it's nice, it's definitely nice, but there are better things that do the same sort of you know thing. And then you have reflect, which at the beginning of the game I used to always pick, but now I've definitely changed my tune. Like I would always pick reflect over warp, but now I usually pick warp over reflect because it reflects enemy projectiles with boosted power. Basically, as the name suggests, it reflects shots back. But personally, I find warp just to be so nice. So you can also decline these. There are certain builds where you don't take shield and you don't take your gun, and you basically just become a battering ram. But not right now. Not until I think because I reset my progress, I have to reset a lot of, or I have to regain a lot of my levels, or not levels up there, but levels in like the meta progression. That's what you unlock better and better parts and different mechanics as the game progresses. I say mechanics, but like modifiers to the game, and you know, but there's one thing that I really desperately want back, which is called what is it, Wild Metamorphosis, or like I can't remember what its actual name is, but what it does is basically add in a bunch of random, like really weird abilities, because usually the base abilities are all sort of in like an ability tree, so everything like sort of goes off each other, uh, but never getting a body. Okay, Spectre and Dodge is super powerful, but let's start over here. So Sentinel, this is basically what you pick if you want to focus on your shield. You lose your rate of fire, but your shield gets more powerful. There are builds where you sacrifice your gun, you can completely throw your gun in the trash. I mean, literally, like you can never fire again. But your shield becomes more powerful as a result, and you just become pure shield all the time. Well, it might not actually. Well, everything becomes more powerful except obviously your gun, which gets thrown in the trash. It's very nice. It's not. You have to build around it, like, but it's also very tanky. Like this one has less hull. This one has same hull, but raw speed. This is if you want to go pure tank build, or one of the bodies. If you want to go pure tank, and this is engineer. This guy fills the tank with what are called constructs, basically little NPCs, your little summons. It's very much, oh my god, I've filled the screen with so much shit in this game before. It's You have to know what you're doing because you become very vulnerable the more you invest in that. But you can wind up like filling the screen, which is absolute mayhem. But the thing is that then you have Spectre, which just lets you go invisible. And yeah, whenever you're not firing your weapon or moving quickly, it deals more damage when you fire from stealth, and it increases the rate at which you go stealth. And the thing is that what you may not know is you can build like an engineer as a Spectre, and you just stay permanently invisible. You just find a place to like hide on the map, or just like slowly like click your thrust button like over and over again, and just like slowly creep around the screen to dodge attacks. And with warp, you have Spectre, and by the time you finish warping, usually you'll be invisible. Is what I found. So warp and Spectre synergize so well with each other. Like Railgun, warp, and Spectre is one of my favorite builds because you just turn into this like absolute like glass cannon that stays invisible permanently. And that's just with these three abilities. You become, you really go into that like amazing. Well, I'd say amazing. It's a really consistent build because like if you don't want to have anything to do with the current combat situation, you just stay invisible until the enemies eventually go away. Well, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Most difficult enemies that you're gonna want to hide from will stay on the screen. But most like weak trash, like if you're completely outnumbered, usually if you hide, the weak ones will go away, and eventually you'll end up with like a boss or something. And usually the boss will have its own summons, but you usually rely on the fact that you won't have to deal with the trash. But yes, now we have this, and basically you can just glide. There's actually a power up in the with the game modifier that I talked about earlier, where you just go invisible, or you not go invisible. That's not the thing I was trying to say. But well, you can go invisible, and then instead of you slowly gliding to a halt, it reduces the friction. Basically, of like you naturally slowing down. And this is what the actual progression trees look like. Well, the progression tree is to the right, but this is what your usual level up screen looks like after you select these. And this is another. I won't explain the gears except like when we're getting the first three, because usually I don't switch off the first three. But essentially what would happen is that you'd glide, instead of gliding to a halt, you just keep gliding. So basically you'd like tap a direction you wanted to move in, and you just glide there forever. And you can wind up in these scenarios where like you never thrust. This is the thing, is that this is mostly to do with you actually activating your thrust. Like if you're just gliding along slowly, or even like quickly, they might have changed it, but I used to have runs where you'd glide on. I find the point where you can glide without causing yourself to go on stealth, and basically you just like perma stealth, while also being able to like slowly adjust your movement. Or the thing is with Spectre and the build that I was suggesting before is that with Warp and Spectre, you never really need to move. Because something hits your shield, breaks your shield, and you just teleport somewhere. You teleport out of the way of fire, and then you have all those mobs that you've created firing for you. But we'll get to that. So, okay, this is the skills. Now, the railgun is really special in terms of like what you can do with it. Well, I say really special. All the weapons are different, and most of them have special effects. But the thing is that it's sort of like it's a slow sort of sniper rifle. Now what you can do is add more projectiles, add a blast radius, add more velocity, add a rate of fire. And now this thing is that everything has abilities to go to. Now I don't remember half of these, so I'm gonna have to look through them. Okay, this is really good for the sniper rifle. So basically, velocity is really good for the railgun. You get velocity and damage up. Not too important. But then you get snipe. Projectiles deal more damage the farther they travel. Calibrate. The longer you go without shooting, the more accuracy, the more velocity, and just like the more if you have homing attacks, the more it homes. I've had like enormous amounts of home on this, and like also like an ability called screen warp for your bullets. And what'll happen is your bullet will go this way, and then an enemy will spawn and it'll go whoosh. It's it's great fun. And then you have Incendiary Strike, which targets hit by your weapon are ignited for 120% of the damage you deal when you hit them, which can result in, well, it will always result in you doing over 200% of your damage. Very nice. But okay, so out of these red ones, which are usually offensive, they usually infect your weapon. Then you have these, which are your shield. So shield effect radius increases our shield effect and some of its power. So for warp, the more radius you have, the farther you can teleport. So effect power? What is that? Oh yeah, it does damage. Warp also does damage. I've done builds where I use warp as my primary damage. It's funny. Usually I go Spectre and then like just wait for my shield to come back up while I'm stealth, and I'll ram into something again and repeat the process over and over. It's a weaponized shield effect. Now, you can take all the parts of the tree, but you at least need to progress once to go down here. I think, from what I remember, you might need both. But I don't know if you need both. I think you need this one to unlock these two, and then one of these to unlock this one. From what I remember, I don't have a perfect memory, as you guys have known. And this one increases cooldown. I've had times. Sorry, my nose is all stuffed up. But if you have enough cooldown, this is a fairly short cooldown shield already. This synergizes great with shield because it already does damage, but then you lower the max shield you have, but raises its cooldown or increases its cooldown so it comes back faster. Now on warp, sorry, is like if your warp shield gets one shot, you then warp and you become intangible anyways. And with Spectre, you don't need your shield up; you just hide, and then whenever it's hit, wherever your shield is hit, you deal damage. Basically, you send damage back in the direction, sort of like Reflect. But yes, and then you have Magnitude, which is very nice. It still has a rate of fire. Basically, I'm gonna look at most of these. I don't know where. Well, we'll see all of it eventually. But for now, let's go velocity. There's really like a lot of ways you can do it, but you've really got to choose whether or not you want to go damage first or durability first, or how you want to build your character in the early game. Because the early game is the really important part. Because if you can't deal with the first boss you run across, you're screwed. Because it's not going off your screen. Oh yes, let's just make sure I got it. Yeah. Now we have velocity, which will increase the power of our shots. But for the most part, the first part of any tree is kind of weak. For the most part, it's usually like the stronger it is in terms of like the benefit, it usually has a downside. So this is our first mini boss. These guys are massive pains in the ass. They are quite obnoxious. Like you can see, the game's already turning into a bit of a bullet hell. But yeah, you just gotta relax, because usually these things don't do enough damage. So now we have drones. Assemble and deploy automated drones that orbit around you and attack targets. Now for this, it can basically, you can sacrifice everything in order to focus on your minions, or you can also get regeneration, which is very good. So this is, where is it? Rapid regeneration, 100% regeneration rate, 40 hull, base hull, +1 plating. You have no shield. This thing, it's the build around. And then you have regenerative shields, which basically add your regeneration to your shield. Usually your shields come back like on a cooldown, like you'll have seen it. Sorry. But basically, like, it'll be like when you're not taking damage, there will be a time when your shield just completely refreshes. But with this, you'll actually heal your shield. Give me a second. I'm gonna clear my throat. Sorry. But essentially, this allows you regeneration, right? So, but problem is when shields are up, your shields regenerate at 75%, and when your shields are up, your hull regenerates slower. Basically, well, in total, you have a 125% regeneration rate. But if you have a really low shield, it'll basically like really weaken you. Like in terms of like, if you have a shield that is really small, like if your shield has like, depending on like how you built it, if your shield has like 30 HP and you're regenerating your shield, you're basically sacrificing your hull for your shield regeneration. Because it doesn't say when it's fully up. But basically you want a pretty decent shield before you get shield regeneration. Like you want to be building for your shield to be big. Because you want it to be regenerating while you're also regenerating. Or you want a case where your hull never regenerates. Essentially what you want your hull always to be max HP, because you're sacrificing your hull's ability to regain HP. But when your shields are down, it's fine. So you might want to build, if you're doing, well, you might not even want this. Well, you might want this purely to get adrenaline module, because the more damaged you are, the more you deal damage. But assuming you don't want this, you probably skip this. Unless you have your shields down permanently, in which case, what the point? What the fuck is the point of the regeneration? You know, that's what I'm saying. And then you have this, which adds a blink, which is basically the same as this, except it's an active ability. And Deadly Wake. I've had builds that just like you don't even do anything. Like you don't shoot, you don't have a shield, you just exist and you deal damage with stuff like this, because you leave a trail behind you and deal damage, or just ram shit. I love that build where you're just like zooming across the map over and over and over again, and you're just like destroying everything that touches you. But yes, then we have this again. We have hull strength, which is quite nice. It basically gives you tankiness. But right now, we're gonna want to fill out this tree. Not yet, but if it's interesting, I might check it out. But yeah, we're gonna want to go with all of the velocity skill tree right now, because we have a railgun. Yeah, this is the first like actual. Well, I say actual boss, not the real actual boss. What's MMBN? I've never been good with abbreviations. So I'm like, Monster Man these now. Oh, Mega Man Battle Network. Man, I don't even remember that. I don't know if I've ever played that game. Like, because that game must have come out when I was like a little kid. Ooh, this one I really like. This is the one I was describing before, where you can end up with like your bullet wrapping around the screen and like curving. Yeah, I'll grab it just so you can see it. Yeah, yeah. Once I have more money, I'll probably try to check it out. But you can see this thing's curving. And whenever I miss, it'll start curving. So you can start kind of see it curving. And if you get bullet warp, which is an ability that I don't think I have access to right now. Have been there. Standing there. Oh, that was an achievement that I got. Oh yeah, okay, we've leveled up again. So now you can get Homing Strike, which is basically you get 2 separate shots. This is volley, guidance. Basically, this is kind of weakening our shot. I could reroll, but I'm not going to. I like to save the rerolls for when I get things that I just none of them I want. Yeah, we're gonna take Homing Strike just because it's very fun. Like you can see now that I'm shooting like 3 shots. It's not super effective because our shots are so fast that they don't really have time to curve. But it's just nice to look at. See, you can see that the thing just barely managed to like get back on the screen before it flew away. Yeah, the game's kind of tame. This game is kind of tame right now, but just wait until it starts like getting out of hand. Just trust me when I say it gets out of hand really fast. All right, level up, converge. So this kind of weakens our shot because our shot scales with velocity, but it adds projectiles, and it's basically gonna make it so we don't have to worry about smaller enemies, because that's usually the thing is that with this gun, you need to line up your shots to kill as many enemies as you can. But once you get something like this, like I mean, it's not very good when there's so few enemies on the screen, but eventually there'll be so much shit on the screen that we'll need something like that. Guidance. You know what? Let's just go full, like, homing railgun. But yeah, you can see as things start, what's the word called? Like they're rebounding. The shots are just like spinning around people. Like I like, you get to the point where you don't even have to aim, because if you miss, one of your other shots hit. Yeah, the thing is that I reset my progress, so like before there would be so much stuff already. So I would set it up so it would be like so much. Let's grab calibrate because it'll actually affect our homing. And it'll tighten up our shots so we'll be able to hit somebody with 3 of our shots. Which will kind of compensate for the fact that our shots are weaker now. So yeah, you'll really be able to see when there's more stuff on the screen. Like if I just like barely miss, like you can see it wrapping, trying to wrap back around. Yeah, calibrate, which is you can see this thing just in front of my ship, where I'm pointing. That'll compensate for the damage loss that we've been taking. But yeah, by the way, just to mention, like, fall from reading, like, well, once I have some more Steam fun bucks, I should totally check it out. Well, I should probably check it out, like, in terms of, like, actually, like, looking at its store page, but I might buy it. Someday. Oh yeah, if you want to see me play it, you can. I'll play just about anything. These are mines. It's self-explanatory, honestly. But you can upgrade it so it shoots your bullets, which I find mines are just good on any run. Well, assuming that you actually have a gun. If you don't have a well, you can actually make it so your mines, even if you lose your gun, because you pick something that removes it, you can the mines can still shoot your gun, assuming that you can still summon mines. There's some things that remove all of your abilities aside from just your summoning, or aside from just your ability to move at all. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, loaded mines is exactly what I'm describing. Watch. There we go. Just watch this. They'll take a second. Oh yeah, this is holy shit. This thing is bigger than I remember. Oh no, it's zooming out. I was like, damn, this thing is massive. It's like, no, it's same size as before. Actually, no, it is bigger. It is definitely bigger. Oh yeah, they totally did an update to this game. I just remembered that. Yeah, this thing used to be like, not tiny, but it used to be like significantly smaller than this. Like, it used to be always bigger than your character. Like, it used to be always, like, massive, but I don't remember it being this much of a size difference. That also might be... Oh, there's my shield going off. Teleports me. Which can result in you getting killed by it, but... It's still really good. Oh, yeah, this thing is definitely bigger because, like, I'm used to not being able to, like, go inside of it while it's firing. Yeah, they did a pretty big update to the enemies in this game. Yeah, this boss is basically designed for you to be inside of it constantly, so you can hit its weak points. Give me a second to clear my throat. All right. Now the question is also I need to alt-tab to make sure everything's capturing properly. Also, am I covering anything? I want to shrink myself. Actually, yeah, I think I will. Oh, oops, wrong button. I don't want to shrink myself just to not cover so much shit. But yeah, volley, pretty good at. You know, why not? It'll all of our weapon upgrades from now on will upgrade our mines, because our mines are following our shot as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna be staring at our mine. Yeah, see, it fires the same gun that we have now. It is quite powerful. But yeah, the thing I love about mines, especially on a build like this, is that you can kind of not have to fire for a while and then come back out of stealth. Okay, I've never seen this enemy before. I'm gonna be saying that a lot because they did do an update. Yeah, you can kind of see it there where I didn't even aim at half the things on the screen, but they just like... My bullets just like wrap around endlessly. Trying to hit anything. Man, we're at wave 50 and like the game is still kind of tame. I'm used to having like a bunch of game modifiers on where the game just like fills up with enemies, like twice as many enemies as like normal. Actually, do I want that? Yeah, I kind of do. Because the alternative is basically you have like a bunch of bullets that, like, depending on how much they're off to the side, they become weaker. So the tighter or the closer to the center your bullet is, the stronger it is. So your main bullet is quite strong, but it's kind of, I mean, question is, do I want this? It causes more of them, but they're weaker. The maximum hold doesn't matter for a mine. I don't know. Blast radius. Our railgun actually does have a blast radius. When it hits, it kind of shrapnels out, which is what changes. This would increase that size, but I think I want focus fire so I can unlock full Cade, which doubles base projectiles, plus one projectile after that, and actually, is that even good for this? That is a good question. Is it even good for this? Because it increases the base. This is a lot better the more projectiles your weapon has. Well, obviously, as it says, base weapon. So if you have like spread shot or like what's the gun called? Yeah, flat. It's like effectively like quadruples because you double your and all your increases to your projectile count. Oh, the salvo. The salvo is one of my favorite guns, but I couldn't start with it, but I don't want to waste a point to grab it now. I might want to grab some tankiness. This is oh, I don't think I want that. So it would weaken my actual ship's HP, which my shield can go down as many times as it wants and it'll be fine. But if my hull goes to 0, I die. You know what? Let's see what blast radius does. Yeah. Oh, it also adds a bit of blast radius to all my shots. The shrapnel is kind of like a blast, but oh no, it scales with projectile size. Oh, I forgot. So well now our high-powered shots do AOE damage as well, on top of its regular damage. Oh yeah, I switched on this build. I like to go relatively not tanky, but I want to go first damage and then tankiness, because eventually you're gonna need durability. But the ability to not have to like take forever to kill things is really important. I want Splinter as well. Because Splinter plus homing projectiles results in like your bullets spreading out. Like you shoot one thing and then your bullets like spawn a bunch of extra bullets, and it results in just like a bunch of like your shots constantly being on the screen. Like the split shots from it won't split again, but it'll still be like a lot of shit on the screen. Payload. Charge shot. Charge shot's actually pretty decent with railgun, but it's not really decent with Spectre because I think this counts as shooting. It's counted, it says firing weapon for disabling the clip. But incendiary shot's really good. It's basically always doubling our damage. But yeah, this game eventually gets hectic. Like there will be a point after all the bosses where the regular waves just start becoming overwhelming. Like, I'm gonna want to start looking into a bit of something to keep me alive. Here's another boss. And I'm used to the bosses coming so much faster, but that'll happen. Like I'm used to this boss being here like wave 50 or 40. That's not even a patch. That's just because I don't have any modifiers on right now. I'm also used to there being black holes every 5 seconds, but seeing a black hole, it's a black hole. I think we've seen one already in this run, but this is the first time me mentioning it. Basically, it sucks you in, and if you get sucked in, it'll do a bunch of damage before spitting you back out. Oh, there I go, accidentally getting caught in it. I thought it'd be gone immediately, but obviously wasn't. Yeah, I haven't been using my secondary abilities like my shield and my stealth, but I don't think I need it. Well, I obviously don't need it because I just beat the boss. But okay, here's Splinter. Yeah, see? What in the world is splintering? I don't know if this is me, but I don't see the splinters. Oh, it's probably because they're so fast it's hard to tell what's going on. Oh yeah, I can see the splinters. Just a little bit. But the projectiles are so fast, it's kind of easy to get lost in them. think I'm gonna want to reroll for something like Regeneration. So our bullets are starting to deal with most enemies. Yeah. Oh god. What the heck? Okay, this is... Give me a second, because I need to focus on the game, because I've never seen this boss. At least I think it's a boss. Okay. What the heck are you doing? Whoa! That noise scared the shit out of me. I do not stand behind them. Okay, well that thing didn't last very long, but now we have a choice. Do I want rapid reconstruction? Or do I want to just avoid this tree altogether? Because that's probably what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to avoid these 3 power-ups. This one focuses on my shield regeneration, but... eh. So I think I want this, because as you can see, this ring around my character, it's showing how far I can teleport. And the farther you can teleport, like, I believe I can teleport... I think I have to teleport out to the extreme. But still, that gives me a lot more space to maneuver. Because usually if you're getting shot at, you want to be as far away from where you were being shot at as possible. Gradient shields. Yeah. Well, actually, let's test it. Let's see if I can teleport within the range. Basically, I'm just gonna touch these things. You actually do damage if you crash in things at high speed, but yeah, you have to teleport to the extreme. So I didn't see it moving inside of the extreme at all. But yeah, it's still pretty effective. Yeah. Oh. Dang it. I should be able to maneuver through those things really well. But yeah, we're pretty good on durability. Like my warp barely breaks at all, except when I like purposely try to hit myself. Or get myself hit, I should say. These are bombs by the looks of it. Wait a second. Get my gun to calibrate. Get this, by the way. In case you weren't here for the explanation. But yeah, I really love this game. It's very much like... It's one of those games that I'd play as a kid forever. Oh, thanks. Give me a second, I'll do that now. Alright, give me a second. Now the question is, where the hell do I redeem codes? Oh no, that's not it. Oh no, that's not it. Me just being an absolute moron who doesn't know how to use Steam. Oh, that's not it. God damn it. This is me being like a total moron who doesn't know what they're doing. Oh, games activate product on Steam. Oh, activating product on Steam. Okay, next. Yeah, okay. Okay. I thought that was, for a second though, I thought that was yeah. Yeah. Alright. Top path, yes. But yeah. I don't know. After this I guess I'll play that. It's downloading as we speak. Thank you very much. Okay, now the game's lagging. No worries though. Question is, what do I want? And don't expect me to be good at that game because I obviously I've never touched it before. I'm gonna be very bad. I've heard about it from the same sort of I say same sort of people, but it's a guy I know that played a lot of Slay the Spire and got me into that game. And it was like, oh. Oh yeah, I know it's a roguelike. That's about all I know about it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll just focus on this game and then I'll definitely play that. You can. I'll play about any game that's made available to me. Like hell, if somebody there's a game that on Discord is a joke. People always like gift to each other and be like, "Oh, you gotta play this now," and it's like whatever Garfield kart racing or some shit. And I'm like, dude, if I got gifted that, I'd totally play it. Even though it's like a joke game, I'd still be like, oh yeah, why not? It'll be fun for a few minutes. But yeah, Fall from Maiden, I've definitely, it's been on my radar kind of, in terms of like, oh. Yeah, Bad Rats. Dude, if somebody, that's also a, that is also a game on the Discord server that people send people. Okay, you want to play Bad Rats? I would totally, if somebody gifted me Bad Rats, I would totally play it. Why not? Oh, nice. Ah, damn it. I was gonna say, oh, we got 69 points. Or 69,000. Sorry, I'm just like looking at the different enemies and being like, what has changed about this guy? Juggernaut makes you bigger. It also makes you slower, which making your hitbox bigger and you slower is really not very good in this game. It's actually reroll. I don't think I want Flaccade. I've got 8 rerolls, so I can really just throw them into the wind. I'll find something I really want. Shield cooldowns are really good for warp. Basically, warp just makes you invulnerable and teleport too. I've had it where warp has basically made me invulnerable like 90% of the time. It was one of those builds where I basically built around it, like, and only it. Like, I'd sacrifice my gun and everything. And you'd basically have to kill me as I came out of warp immediately, or else the shield would just come back online. And the warp would be its own damage, or my sole form of damage, so it was like, what are you gonna do? Hit me and then make me deal damage to you? Well, this enemy's changed a bit. He used to have like a very much like, harder. You had to hit them from behind, like it used to be a lot harder to hit them. I have an upgrade available. It's a snake. It does make my shots weaker. Faster cooldown with less maximum shield. It's actually good with warp. Because warp's main defensive ability is that it teleports you, rather than its like own like power. See, like, the thing is that you can't take whenever your shield breaks, you stop taking damage. At least with warp. So if your warp shield is only like 1 point, like even if you only have like 1 HP for your shield will take damage. You'll take that 1 point of damage out of like a 200 damage volley, and then you'll just teleport, and it'll be fine, and it'll come back. Oh, slower shield cooldown. Yeah. I don't really want to reduce my maximum health, so... Set it. Discharge. Whenever you take damage, or whenever you fire, your shield discharges a portion of its energy, striking outward. It struck. Shield damage. I don't think that's as good when you have such low shield HP, because I can end up breaking my own shield and teleporting. Let's... Yeah, give me a second. I need to figure out what the heck I'm doing. Actually, I don't think there's many abilities left. We're gonna run into the problem where because I haven't unlocked much stuff, that we're running out of things that I can actually do. I think Rupture will be what I'm going for now. It'll basically make it so our enemies explode, and they'll deal damage to each other. Yeah, we're wave 100. This is from what I remember, this is the first really obnoxious boss. Yeah, it's that you have to dodge those attacks. Like, that's basically my attack, the railgun attack, and it can do a lot of damage. And also teleports, and it has a bunch of things that spawn. And it has these grenades, which if you let them explode, do fill the screen up. There's a lot of enemies that do that. And then he spawns these things, which basically, I think if you pass by them, yeah, they shoot. Oh, they used to be so much worse. I think they used to like actually make it so you couldn't leave the screen, or close to. It used to be like a constant shot. They constantly shoot. I think they only shoot now if you pass by them. And then he does this, which usually you're like, your shield's broken by then, and you're just trying to like survive. Yeah, this guy is pretty tame compared to what I'm used to him being like. He has minions that do that. Like, he can really, if you don't have enough damage to like remove enemies from the screen, you can really fill up your fill your life with hell. But yeah, I used to love games like this as a kid. Like, man, I remember as a kid, like, for the entire game, you just have like a single like pilly shot the entire time. Got a level, and then immediately another boss or mini boss. Yeah, Rupture. And there's Rupture when destroyed, dealing blast damage. The Rupture damage is equal to 3% the enemies destroyed enemies maximum health. So basically, things will start blowing up on each other, which can result in them killing each other. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I remember, like, as a kid, there was this game, well, I'd say game, there was this CD with like 1,000 games on it or something ridiculous like that. And like, literally you had to download each game individually. Or like, yeah, you had to like get each game to go individually. Like it was basically like a lot of tiny games. But there was one ship game that like you could beat in like under an hour, but like I would play like literally hundreds of hours of it. And it was just, you know, you flying straight across the screen, you know, the just the scrollers, the side scrollers. All right, now the question is, I already have Rupture. Yeah, it was actually good. This can, if we get our shield broken by taking damage from an enemy that like touches us, it can end up killing them. Yeah, I unfortunately didn't even know the Dreamcast existed. I was playing Nintendo games. What's the name? I don't even know what. I don't know if I was too young to know what Dreamcast was. It might have been. I don't know. Well, because I also lived in rural Canada, so I didn't exactly. I couldn't exactly look up what game consoles existed. Yeah. 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 I mean, if I was poor in a city, I might have known what other games or what older games were like, but honestly. Credit Pikachu at 64. I don't even know if I played the N64. I think I might have played like the Super Nintendo. I don't know. Chart Shot's kind of bad. I mean, even some of the bad stuff's been remade. Yeah. I kind of don't like remakes because like my only problem is that like okay, I don't care much. I don't care much for remaking a game and then barely changing it. But when someone says remake, I expect you to actually like not just remake the game in a new engine. I expect like an actual change. Like it should sort of feel like a sequel. But like I feel like so many game companies make yeah. Yeah. But I feel like so many games are called remakes, and then they're just like the same exact game, and I'm like, you didn't make anything. You just yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I remember I played the original set of the Colossus, on like PS2 or whatever it came out for, and I was like, damn, this is pretty good. And then it was remade, and I was like, what did you change? I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's the exact same game. Because that's what I feel like. Like, if you remake a game, like, my problem is that most of the games that I'm interested in that get remakes have nothing for new players. Or nothing for, not new players. They're purely for new players, is what I meant. Like, they have nothing for old, like, returning players. Yeah, exactly. That's what I hate. Like, if you call a game a remake, it should feel you should feel like you're coming into it like as if it's a new game rather than it's just an old game with a new coat of paint. Yeah, like that's what I was thinking of when Diablo 2 got a remake or remaster. But Diablo 2 got a remake or a remaster. I'm like, why would I play this over Diablo 2? Why would I play the remake, which is, been like rebalanced by somebody else, when I can just like download the old version of 2? I'm like, you couldn't have put these resources into making it like Diablo 2 with like the content of Diablo 3. Yeah. It depends on the like, you mean trials of. I don't think I ever played the originals of that. I would have watched the originals, but never played them. That's the thing, is that, like, well, especially because my family isn't made of money, I've a lot of my video game experience has been like either through piracy or watching people play video games, and then just every blue moon buying a game that I really want. Try some mana. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I used to watch people play those games. Yeah, exactly. I'd usually I'd save up my money until like a game that I really want came out, and I would just end up playing the same games over and over again, which made me really like a very specific type of game, which was games that I could just spend hours and hours into and never get bored of. Which is why I play roguelikes so much. Games like Caves of Cod, where you can like literally play them for hundreds of hours and still not know what like half the game looks like, or how to play with half the game. Yeah, like there's one game that I brought up before. Well, you might not have been here when I brought it up, but I have mentioned on the stream before. But like this Gaia, just like these JRPGs, like sort of like Final Fantasy Tactics, where you could like you level up everything. Like if there's a thing, you can level it up. Like, you level up your weapons, your skills, your characters. You level up, and then you can decide to restart your character from level 0, and then that character level 0 is stronger. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Those are the games that I sort of love. Not to say I don't like games. Yeah, like prestiging games. Like, it really depends on how it prestiges though, because like when I prestige in a game, I expect to gain a little thing in exchange for having to do everything over again. Like a really good. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm grinding the stream thing. 273 hours in the past 30 days. It's like, actually, like, what the hell am I doing with my life? Throwing in the trash, seeing if I can get this thing off the ground. But yeah, there's a really good game called Synthetic that does it really well, where you basically get like a slight power boost the first time you prestige. I think you get like a slight power boost, and you prestige like once. I think, from what I remember, you prestige once and you get like a little tiny increase in power, and then you just unlock everything again, and then you're good. And it's like, I like that. So you can re-experience with Oh yeah, I actually own Synthetic too. Yeah, because I was like, because I already kind of played the first game to death, and I was like, well, I don't really want to play this game that I've already played so much of. Because I beat the game as every character and unlocked all the stuff. So I was like, oh, I want to become more powerful. And now I have actually, I mean, it's kind of like I haven't gotten used to the game yet, but I do enjoy 2. I don't think it's as good as 1, but That's besides the point. I mean, it's also in early access, so of course, like, you know, who knows how long it'll take before it rises to the heights of one, if it ever does. It's always sad when a sequel ends up worse than the original. But, you know, that just happens all the time. Yeah. That reminds me, there's an RPG called Dot Hack, where you could basically like use names to generate dungeons, like 3-word combos to generate dungeons, and I used to play the hell out of that game. Yeah, exactly. It's very simple. I'm literally like not even paying attention to the game anymore. I'm just so I wanted to play this game because I'm like, oh, it's so fun, and like once I get to a certain point, I can just like ignore the game entirely because the game kind of plays itself. Like I'm just sort of like patiently waiting to shoot and then shooting. Like I can just like look at the corner of my screen where chat pops up and not even look at the game, which is what you could probably tell that I'm doing because I'm like leaning back, facing like the corner of my screen. Thinking which burst fire, I don't like siege weaponry. It just kills. I just end up using it too much and it kills me. Hey, load. Oh, okay, why not? I had 3. I had like 5 levels just in the bank. Yeah. Well, I currently have like no money. I have like no money I require. I get the money that I need to eat, and then I have like, because I spent all the money to save, or that I've been saving up for like $200 worth of Steam games, which were just like randomly. I just like randomly arbitrarily chose a bunch, including this one. My current webcam and all the jazz. That was all the money I'd saved. I've already put it into the hobby. I say hobby. Oh. Whatever this is, I'm doing. I'm just like randomly picking stuff. So I'm pretty much already at the point where I'm good to go. Oh yeah, this is actually good because I can. Oh god, sorry, I just completely lost where my character was. But like the first shot actually causes me to have to not shoot for a while, which is actually good with Calibrate because it scales off of you not attacking. And then I have this burst fire, which scales off all of my calibration. Just this little thing right here is the calibration. Once it becomes just this dot, it's fully calibrated and ready to fire. You could shoot before it's fully ready to calibrate, but I'm actually using my full character's potential now. I barely use my ability to stealth at all. See, they can't see where I am. Okay, now the game's starting to get starting to abuse me. Just a little bit. But yeah, I should definitely. Well, I say get a second monitor. Oh, I don't. Even if I got a second monitor, I'd be scared to like. What if I don't know what I'm doing with it? What if I just waste like a bunch of money? It's honestly one. Yeah, damn it. Damn it. Damn it. But yeah. Oh, look at all those levels up. Level ups. Oh, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Oh. Yeah, okay. New mod tree unlocked. Turret. Basically a stationary summon. Enemy car. Oh god, I haven't had cargo this entire time. These are basically guys that like give you like loot drops. They're very, very nice to have. Yeah, oops. I just all tabbed to fix all my stuff. You don't have to whisper that to me. You can just say it in chat. I'm not bothered by any of that. Yeah, I could totally do something like that, but well, it's not even that I'm not living with my parents. I'm living with my sister. Yeah. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Rent expensive. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. But I'm not really bothered by anything. Like hyper orbs. Oh, this is basically like your I was gonna say Star from Mario, but it's more like a temporary. It's a temporary power boost. Firefly. Ooh, this one's fun to build around. Basically, a bunch of fire. Danger zone. Yeah, this is challenge one. I used to have like, well, you'll see it once we get there. Extra rerolls. Yeah, adaptive armor. This is really good. Amp shield. I never really used amp shield. Boost. Basically, speeding up and causes global damage and increases your speed does. You can end up like just zooming across the map and just tearing through everything. Yeah. Starting wave is increased by 12. Very, very nice for me because the early games are so boring. Or rerolls, Hull Breaker. This is the one that you just crash and everything with. Ally. This is basically an ally that can. It'll basically scale with you the entire game, assuming you leveled up enough. Thermal Lance. This one's pretty fun. I mean, as the name suggests, it's basically just like a charged weapon that just slowly extends across the screen. It doesn't fully reach across the screen, but it basically like it's like a laser sword in the front of your ship. Lead enemies. Yeah, this is another thing that a challenge mode that I like to have on constantly because it makes the game a little bit harder and funner. Civilization basically allows you to like control your movement more easily. Mayhem. Oh, this is what I need. All Metamorphosis is a roguelite experience. You will encounter strange and unpredictable mods. Rerolls are halved. This is essential. Like this causes so much stuff to be put in the game that I kind of need. But yes, very nice. So yeah, I'm gonna play this game until my supper's ready. It's a future update. This is a future update. Okay. Yeah, practice is basically just to see what shit does, but yeah. Game continues forever. Endless Wild Metamorphosis. If you play Endless, which is the only option right now, you kind of have to do Wild Metamorphosis, otherwise you run out of stuff. Oh yeah, this game. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing I want to do is that I want to play. Well, I want to play all these small games that I really love, like this. It's very fun. But yeah, Danger Zone. Waves advance faster. Enemies showing the framework. This is kind. If you don't have this enabled, like the game just feels so slow. Like you feel no like push to kill enemies fast. Enemy territory basically starts the game out faster. Like the game actually starts getting interesting faster. Encounters are nasty. Elites are a requirement. Like if you don't play with elites on, it's just ugh. Basically, you get enemies that have more features. Like I mean, elites and champions. The name is it's self-explanatory. And then hostile universe. It means you get more like random events like asteroids. Yeah, exactly. Like shit talking. Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to do. Is that I want to talk about all the games that I'm interested in. Like honestly, Blizzard is instead of making Diablo 2, like remaking Diablo 2, they should have remade Diablo 3 with like the mechanics of Diablo 2. They should have done something like that rather than 2 didn't need to be remade. 2 was already a masterpiece. Remake your shitty Diablo 3. Yeah, I mean more like Diablo 2, which is what everybody wanted. Everybody complained that Diablo 3 was yeah. Oh, Yeah, it's not that I don't like the remake. It's just that it could have been s- 3 should have been remade. 3 was something that needed to be, made again. 3 was bad in my opinion. At least the original version of it. The original version was just like it was just so casualized. And like the thing about 2 is that the game was designed to beat the shit out of you. Exactly. That's exactly what I want. Not to have Diablo 3. I want it to be 2. Oh yeah, attack and defense. That's exactly what Blizzard, like current day Blizzard, is like. They've been like, oh, let's make it even more casual. Let's add loot crates into Diablo 4. Rather than enemies dropping loot, they just drop crates in the scan lines. It does that sometimes. It's um, it's like trying to calibrate brightness or something ridiculous like that. It's like Rome doesn't have good lighting. At least that's what I found it does. Yeah, I just need to adjust it. I think it's because it's pointed down. That's the problem. Just point it up a little bit more. Well, I like my light bulbs being on the verge of dying. Cause hot damn. Honestly, it'd be nice if I could just turn all these lights off. That's how I normally play video games, just in the dark. So I actually play with thermal lamps. And let's go reflect. This build is gonna be a little weird, but yeah, look at this. Also, depending on your shield, your character gets colored based on that. Oh god, they have little that effect. I can't hover over it very well. That little effect where like something like chases like goes up the up the length of your blade is so nice. Yeah. Oh, I should do that. I should do that thing that one of the guys I watch, or well, I usually watch his VODs because I'm usually busy. But I should totally do what he did and like get like lights that can like multicolored lights that like the people watching the stream can change. So like people could just like turn my lights to like um like low lights and shit. Like my lights just like turn my room blue or some shit and red and like just like suddenly I just like the fuck's going on? Like I forget that it'd be that I'd forget that it was there. But yeah, that's in the future. That's once I like, start making like money somehow. Because I need money to buy these things. Yeah. Well, that'd be fun. Just just make the guy who has a really bad memory like change the color of his room and and he'll just like randomly look around and be like, why why is everything changing color? uh, but yeah, it's that's future plans for when I have when I save up more money, which if this gets off the ground, might be soon, but well, relatively sooner than it would take for me to be like, all right, I need to save up money during Christmas and all that. So see, these are wild mods. These don't have trees, but you can sometimes they're recursive. Sometimes some of them are, some of them aren't. Like this scorching trail, which synergizes with our firefly. Basically, this is fire damage, and this is fire damage. See, now as we move around, we leave a trail behind us that burns things, or we basically shoot out fire. Oh god, we're the same color as enemies. That's my least favorite thing about this game is that if you pick the wrong abilities, you can end up looking exactly like the enemies. Well, all the weapons. Basically, the game is really randomized. Like you can, if you want. I usually save up free rolls if I don't like what I get. If I really don't like what I get, and then like I pick, you can pick any weapon to start with, like base weapon, your weapon like type, and then you modify it by getting upgrades. So I don't believe you have to level up first. Basically, you have to do some runs to get the experience to level up your meta progression score, and then you unlock this and Firefly. These are two that aren't baseline. If you just start out playing the game, you don't get them. But you can start with anything. Anything you've unlocked is available to pick at the start. No, and so wild mod Solar Heart. It constantly damages you, but if you have enough HP regen, this can basically become moot. Let's pick it just to show it off. But yeah, I'm constantly taking damage now. You can see my shield slowly going down. But yeah. Usually self-damage doesn't affect your shield though, so basically my shield will not infinitely regenerate, but it'll slowly regenerate back. But I'm gonna need Regenerate. And basically we're gonna go without shield. My shield right now doesn't really synergize with what I'm doing anyways. It's just a bit of damage. Also these things, you have to kill them to get a bunch of buffs. It gives you like a shitload of experience. And, oh god, I didn't mean to pick that, I just meant to look at it. Whoops. What does it actually do? Your shield power is affected by your current speed. That's an accident. I shouldn't have picked that because I'm gonna get rid of my. I'll keep my shield. I have to keep my shield now. Otherwise, I waste that point. Iron metabolism. Percentage of your hull and shield are reserved and can't be recovered. We're actually gonna take this. Yes. I played just a tiny bit of it, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense to me. Now we have regenerative shields. So my I might die early. This is not a run that I'm used to running or doing. But yeah, if I get the or once I start like being able to buy more games again, like once Christmas rolls around, I might pick up Noida. Oh, this is what I was talking about before with the slipstream. You get more speed and you get less friction. So if you get minus 100% friction, you basically just never stop moving. You just glide across the screen. It's very nice for certain builds. But yes, adrenaline mode synergizes really well with the fact that we keep hurting ourselves. Yeah, I could screenshot my Steam money. I have 42 cents. I have literally 42 cents. $42 in my wallet. Okay, I'm gonna need more tankiness. As I get more wild mods, I'll slowly begin to hurt myself more and more. So eventually this run will kill itself. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was kind of like, I mean, I just wanted to throw some money at the thing because otherwise, you lose. Okay, gain 5 levels. You lose all rerolls and can never gain them. At this point, it doesn't really matter. So I'm just gonna take it. So yeah, we can never reroll again, but we got 5 levels. Based on my current speed. I believe. Let me see. Okay, so fire rate affects its charge rate. Charge level. So I don't think that's too important. Okay, global speed increases your damage does. Got it. Death Blossom. If your shield breaks, well, it protects you. Trigger Death Blossom. Caliber, no. Well, projectile size. Oh, this isn't a projectile, I think. I honestly, I'm not exactly very familiar with this weapon and how it like actually works. Now, let's go with this. Ooh, Discord is really good. Orbs of Discord orbit you and erratically lash out at nearby enemies, dealing blast damage on hit. You control 2 orbs and +1 for every 2 wall mods you want. This is really good. Okay, this causes. This doesn't really matter because we already have no rerolls. Rampage. You gain constant thrust power. Perfect. Chaotic Ambition. Plus one reroll. Plus one wild mod that can be on offer. I don't need it yet, but this will eventually be something I really require. Oh, this is shield reflection. This is actually the shield reflection I was talking about before. So screen, yeah. So I'm gonna be faster, and I'm going to be constantly thrusting. Just, I hope nobody takes that out of context. I'll tab so we can see what Slash said in the chat. Yeah. Spend less money on games than I do. Yeah. Well, I usually save up a bunch of money. Like all of my extra money goes into buying video games, or buying things related to video games. Like I don't buy anything else. Like I don't. Well, I mean, aside from like things I require to later. Like, once those are handled, all I buy is video games. Oh god, this thing. This thing's actually been annoying. I need to level up again. Chaotic Ambition, fire rate, shield, thrust. Getting more thrust is actually okay. It's not actually necessary because we need Deadly Wake. Okay, yeah. Don't mind me. I can't really control my character anymore. My character is constantly on the move. Oh god, stop it! I might need to switch out my chassis. Okay. Oh no, we killed him super fast. What? Rust. God damn it! No! You can't do this to me. Can't do this. I'm just constantly rusting. Oh, you can't expose me like this. Determined Auspicious Hummingbird Chocolate. I love the randomly generated names for the like URLs for Twitch clips. It's like, what the fuck is going on? What the hell is this? Explosive growth. The next recursive wild mod you choose is gained an additional 3 times and then banished. Why not? Then we just don't get anything. Emergency. So this will basically give us like an invulnerability state whenever we break our shield, which is going to be quite often. You can see our shield's constantly going down. It's because we're damaging ourselves. This run is going to eventually burn out and explode, as is tradition. It has a time limit. See, this is the sort of run that I like, where you just like constantly flying around the screen. We actually do more damage as we go faster, so that's why I'm flying like that. What the hell? More times Solar Heart. No. gonna do? Okay, so now we're basically now we're instead of okay, so I need to we're now flying in the wrong direction. Or now we fly in the direction that we're the direction opposite that we're shooting. Oh my god, this is this is getting crazy. All right, yeah, now we're shooting star. Yeah, we need to super get more tankiness. This I'm really past the point of being able to control my character anymore. Like even if I stop moving, even if I try to adjust, I can't even stop. I can't stop. Okay. Okay, this would kill us. This would kill us eventually. I mean, yeah. Adaptive armor. Okay. Yeah, I can't. Okay. Like, I can kind of stop. But yes. Now we. Because I turned off the friction in the game. Turned off most of the friction. Now we're gonna. Whenever we shoot, we're gonna zoom off into the middle distance. Fire rate versus fire. I don't think that does anything. What's this gonna do? I think it causes our little bullets that fly off of our main gun to split more, have more stuff. Yeah, this is me moving purely by shooting. It's very, very silly. But yeah. Luckily, I think we, at least in terms of our hull, we heal faster than we take damage. I need to actually focus. Oh god. Yeah. This is the main reason I wanted to play this game is because it shows off my my abilities. Because Caves of Cut is sort of like shows my ability to like plan stuff, but this actually shows off my ability to like like my actual like skill of reacting to shit. I don't know what I'm saying. Rate of fire, velocity, adds weapon recoil. This actually makes us faster. You know why not? Yes, that's the threat of that. Gotta be super careful now. Grab our shield back. Oh god, we took damage. God damn it. Yeah, I need to just focus on dodging for a second. When my shield gets back online so I can actually heal my HP. But we don't really need to fire anymore, but yeah. Just fly around in circles. Okay. It's like a pendulum. Yeah, okay. Armor stacks, adaptive armor gives us stacks of armor. Armor stacks improve total regeneration and total shield effect power. Just reflect. Okay, this is gonna be really good because we need more regeneration. We need to heal faster than we take damage, which is we're slowly gonna start taking more and more damage. Yeah, I'm not even holding anything down. This is because I took certain wild mods. We're gonna be constantly moving in some direction no matter what I do, except maybe if I move in circles or shielding. We need this self-damage resistance because I'm gonna be constantly hurting myself. Oh my god! I think we've entered the point where I can relax again. This game goes from being played by itself to being like absolutely like devote 100% of your focus or die sort of shit. Level up. Rampage. This is what we've been doing before. It's what's causing me to constantly be moving. Or one of the two things. Okay, now I don't even need to press any buttons. Like we just moving my go faster. I'm scared. I've got to become more durable because otherwise I'll just die. Because we have Solar Heart. You constantly take damage equal to 0.4 per second for every wild odd moment. So I need to relax and not take too much damage. But like I can totally like shoot and thrust and look how fast I move. But yeah, it would super kill me. Hypermetabolism. I think we need another copy of this. Basically, I'm sacrificing my max HP for HP regen. Yeah, okay. We've stabilized. We've stabilized. We can actually heal our shields faster than our shields take damage. But yeah, we've stabilized. Okay, so I can kind of relax and then just do this. Let's watch this. There'll eventually be a power that I can unlock later. Not right now. Where this will cause me to do so much damage. Like just flying around like that, things will die before I even touch them. My gun is so useless right now because if I shoot it, I'll die. Oh god. Oh. See? Oh god. Very fun though. Yeah. Carrier. This one's pretty fun. Hostile universe is what I was talking before. It basically means we get more asteroids, comets, black holes, more rerolls, skirmish. Alright. I didn't go as far because I was playing a fun build. I was playing a very like. We'll actually go. I'll actually try to do the serious version of that build, where I go like full bore. Which is what do I want? We'll skip. We'll go without. We'll just leave our gun as default. Warp. But no shields. Assault reroll. Hull breaker. Okay, there we go. So this is how Hull breaker works. You just fly into things and they die. We're going to basically just level up a bit and try to get certain powers. But yeah, I don't have a shield, and I don't have a real shield, and I don't have an actual weapon. I just have these little pea shooter. We're gonna skip anything that involves shields and just go for like thrust. In fact, I don't even need to shoot. I can just fly around and hit shit. Oh god, that's gonna happen so many times. Yeah, I'm gonna use my gun just to kill the early enemies. But yeah, I've actually done this build and build it so so powerful that I don't even need to play the game anymore. You just set it up and then you just go out and like get something to eat, and you come back and you're still alive, and with like a dozen levels in the bank. Yeah, we just gotta regeneration. Oh man, my heart. Oh god, I died. Okay, that's just me being dumb. Okay, Spartan up. Do the same. Well, okay, we'll still skip the weapon, but we'll get a proper shield just to protect us early game. I haven't done this build in so long. Yeah, I don't want any of this. Well, you know what? I'll take the Lance. That can be our weapon. Since we can't get the thing that allows us to disable weapons yet. It's like a late, not late game, but a thing that takes a lot of upgrade, or you need a lot of meta progression before you unlock the ability to go like no weapons. Portal. Yeah, let's go warp. I'm not gonna waste rerolls on a shield that I'm not gonna have forever. Hull breaker again, perfect. Alright. Yeah, this build can literally go like just ape shit. I don't want to take this this ability too early. Well, we don't really need it on this run. Plus, we can't take self damage or we can't afford to be taking self damage like that. Let's reroll regeneration. Regeneration will eventually allow us to get rid of our shield, which will actually be good for us because we don't need it. Alright. Also, munitions. Why not? Alright. Now, just as before, just fly into things. That's the one problem, is that it's kind of hard when your ship is really small to hit anything. But it'll eventually be to the point where you don't need to hit anything. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Rapid Reconstruction. Then we get our point from our shield back to spend on something else. Kinetic boost, really important. Oh, yeah. It'll take a while before we rev up, but we'll eventually be going super fast. I wish there was an upgrade that you could never stop shooting your weapon. That'd be funny. But I can just hold it. I'm gonna, instead of flying with my thrusters, let's just fly with my my gun. Add the void. I don't want to do that right now. One shot. Not useful. Celestial Lance. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. It could do. Yeah. See, this is Celestial Lance. It's one of my favorite abilities. But yeah, as we go faster, we'll deal damage to ourselves. So you have to be kind of careful. So the faster we go, the more damage it'll deal. But right now we need to actually get it so we can actually take damage without dying instantly. Which would happen on the last ball. I wouldn't even say instantly, but we just constantly running into things is not good. It is in fact not good to run into enemies in terms of like the amount of damage you'll take. But yeah, depending on how you build this game, it can either be like super relaxing, like brain dead, just shooting around, or it can be like high octane, like you moving at a mile a second, flipping through the screen all the time. All right, taking more global damage. Less self-damage, more damage taken from enemies. Or less self-damage, I should say. Let's just go adaptive armor, because we can get self-damage resistance from that. Basically, we want to get to the point where our HP outnumbers our... or our HP regen outnumbers the self-damage we take constantly. Maximum hull, very important. Yeah, I just need to regen a bit. See, this guy will kill me if I'm not careful. I wasn't fast enough to actually deal damage to him with that ram. Patience, young grasshopper! I say as I just start flying at the speed of sound. Careful. I didn't even see that. This might be too early for this build, but I want to keep doing it. Let's start us never firing. Don't need. Don't need. Need. Upgrade. Oh, Rampage is so good. Rampage basically means we can't slow down. What? Honestly, that's part of the plan. Speed is important. More thrust. Yeah, I'm not as experienced with this game as I used to be, so bear with me as I try to get this build up and running. But it won't be as powerful as it could be because we can't get the ability to. That would normally disable our guns, but give us power in exchange. Roll. What the hell is this? Battlefield sign? Oh my god, I've never seen this before. Oh, history rolls and reduce some size. I don't like that. I want to see what this does. Okay, so the map is a bit bigger. That is super cool. I need to regen a bit. In fact, I'm just gonna shoot my gun. While I'm oh god damn it. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. Normally you could take a gun and then disable it later. I'm still gonna keep trying because I really want to get this to go. Okay, we're gonna disable. Shield temporal, bastion, shockwave. Don't care. Taking that. It's the thing that normally enemies shoot you when you hit them, or shoot from where you're gonna hit them, unless you hit them from behind. You gotta tap them in the back. You know? Got those hands that make the booty go smack. What the hell am I going on with? Regeneration. Gotta be. I actually had to be careful, which I'm not good at doing. Oh god, all explosive. Great. Thanks, game. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. This build's so vulnerable in the early game. But eventually it will ascend. The shields I don't want. Yeah, we're just gonna go rapid reconstruction. Yeah, you gotta get this build to like live long enough for it to get powerful enough. Actually survive. Okay, I need to. Yeah, once you get to the point where you can just like recklessly charge forward, this build actually begins to become super powerful. I say as I ram into mines. Just need to get another level. Grab Rampage. Oh, it can literally like not even like I described before. You can literally just like go AFK because you get Rampage and it causes you to fly like if you get like 10 versions of Rampage, you just go like this constantly. And you just kill everything that you come across. You get rapid reconstruction, so you're just healing constantly. As soon as you can outpace your self-damage from your... See, look what I just did. I just did 70% of his HP with one smack because I was going max speed. Once you can go max speed recklessly like that, you can really do anything. Okay, if that boss spawned after I got that ability, I would have been able to one-shot him. That's what I mean. Like, this build is super, super powerful. Ooh, bravado. Enemies encountered are always either elite or champions. Yeah, why not? I love that. Makes the game super interesting. Plus, elites can give you more experience, which can make you level up faster, which makes you get strong faster. But yeah, I can basically one-shot everything now. The one problem is the experience. The one problem is the experience gets lost in the ether. Yeah. You have Celestial Lance, which causes us to deal self-damage to ourselves so we ramp up speed, but it makes it so we don't have to go too fast to deal shitloads of damage. Like, look at that. Whoa. Just one-shotting everything without even trying. Little stack of Rampage. Give me. Now, the one thing this build really needs is, I find anyways, it needs a source of dealing damage to things that you miss, which, the wild mod, I can't remember the name of it, but, oh, the Discord, the Orbs of Discord. Once you get Orbs of Discord, the build starts to really get off the ground. We're gonna need adaptive armor because it'll, save us from self-damage. And give us more regeneration. See, look how fast I'm taking damage. That's self-damage. That is self-damage. Which is what we gotta deal with. Is that we hurt ourselves. Oh. I got myself killed. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this until I get the build off the ground. It usually gets easier because once you get certain upgrades, you can actually pick a starting weapon. You just pick a really safe starting weapon, like Salvo. I just wanted to re-roll just for the sake of showing it off. Lawbreaker. But yeah, once you get it off the ground, it's just super powerful. I mean, you saw how much damage I did. I can one-shot most of the enemies in the game. Alright, let's re-roll for Grandeur, gain 2 levels. 8% size. Yeah, this is great. Rotation speed, who cares? Thrust, will be thrusting as fast as possible. Rampage, see? Oh, see, Scorching Wake, that's what I needed. That's one of the other two, that's one of the 2 things that I really need on this build. Or one of the 3 things. We might actually want to wait a while before we get Celestial Lance. That's the thing is that I forgot that Celestial Lance is a bit... This could speed us up, but rerolls are really important for this build. In fact, I'm just going to back out and wait for a reroll. Rerolls are usually gained like from bosses and stuff, but or from enemy cargo raiders. But still spawn occasionally. Gotta be very careful of those things. I actually find the game becomes easier when you have a lot of those. Yeah, no, I almost died. I almost die everywhere. That's why I love this game, is that it's so easy to just like fall from your highest highs. Sort of like Caves of Cud in that sense, but it's also like nothing like Caves of Cud in every other respect. Yeah, just speed into this guy. That's the one problem, is that I kind of have to aim. Don't ever do it. Well, that's what I'm planning on going soon, once I do a bit of leveling up. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's an area that should go out there, but that's a Susa. From my experience. Let's reroll. Yeah. Yeah, I know. The junk dollars can deal like 50 damage. Don't sneak into historical sites. Oh, this is targets at less than. Oh no, what am I looking for? No, this is what I'm looking for. Penta sludges. Ooh, this is see purification. 100% burn damage, 30% ignite duration. Yeah, mini set. Well, just imagine how I felt like when I died when I had like almost 30 in every stat from having like so much what was it called? Eater nectar. Like after I fought those techno liches. Oh, and I died so unceremoniously to my own dudes, I'm pretty sure. When I remember. I can't remember how I even died. I the runs blur together, but yeah, this will heal me for setting things on fire. But yeah. Oh, right, over here. Corrosion. Yeah. It reduces my weapon damage, but I don't use weapons. You, you can't harm me. You can't dismember me. I have no limbs. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I actually really enjoy the slimes. It's just the idea that they get so much power. Like, I know whenever I go to the primordial soup hell that it's a good way to. Well, one thing, it's a good way to farm experience if you really are smart about it. If you proselytize one of those sludges, you can get a Deca sludge. That the Deca sludge can essentially kill every other sludge in the game. Super nice. Alright, I need this. Channeling gives me regen for my stacks of armor. Which basically means as I deal more, as I hurt myself, I heal more. Very important. See, now I'm taking like no damage. Like the damage that I take from hitting things is like goes away like instantly. Let's rev up a bit. Just in preparation for a boss. I wanna speed up. Yeah. I can't go super fast yet, but we'll get there. Oh damn it! One of those droids deflected me. Yeah, I'm super taking damage. Oops, I need to slow down. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Okay, core shielding, need that. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Rebuke. This is actually super good. Basically, it gives you 110% stack duration. And if you take damage and you want to shoot, you shoot and well, I'll just show it. Or well, okay, I'll take damage and then I'll show it. It basically shoots off a bunch of homing things, but if you never shoot, you never do that. Okay, I'm almost dead. I'm almost dead again. Look at that shit. Look at that bullshit. Look at how many there are just shooting out. I can't get close. And it just keeps screen wrapping. Oh my god. The more module, the more damage I have, the more damage I deal. More damage I take, the more damage I deal. But yeah, sometimes the game requires you to like slow down a lot. Fireballs more hull, please. I need to get in there and get rid of some of this garbage. There we go. Because the thing is that I have it so the waves come faster. Oh, purification, yeah. Burning things makes me heal. It's actually a late game ability that allows you to set everything on the screen on fire, but you also take damage. But With purification, you setting things on fire heals you already, so you just stack up to high heaven in terms of like regeneration. Yeah, okay. Now that I've cleared the screen out of it, I can actually heal myself. Oh my god. Everything's moving a mile a minute. Alright. Not reduce, burn, or self-damage. It's actually not too good because, I mean, yeah, because I'm already going to be taking damage, so I don't want to stack self-damage. Axism. Reduce my self-damage but increase damage from other things. I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take any of it because I need to not take as much damage as I've been taking. Okay, here we go. This guy is gonna be a pain in the ass. This guy. This is build. Let's take absorption. Let's try to. Oh, that's look. Yeah, the burn damage is more than anything else. So I need to get inside of him to deal damage. Don't mind me. I just set fire to his different things and ram them. Yeah, setting fire to this guy is going to be my main source of damage. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. So you have to be super careful when you're inside that thing. When you're inside a man, you should be very careful. Do not clip that. Do not clip me saying, describing how being inside of a man is very dangerous. Things you shouldn't say when other people are watching. Talking about being inside men. Purge. And crash damage head on will remove any ignite and cause purge, cause a caustic nova. Oh, damage taken. It causes. Yep. It basically changes your fire into a second fire. Most munitions don't need. You know what? Why not? Scale with the fire damage. Yeah, I just need to hit something that's on fire is the problem. Yeah. Now we can sort of fly into the face of danger. Okay, I knocked off his shield, but damn, is he taking? There we go. You need to hit him twice. You need to hit him when his shields are down. Nothing else. You have an upgrade. Oh god, I needed this. He's real bad. There we go. Let me just turn around. Every now and again, you have to stop and grab experience. That's the one problem with this build is that you lose out on experience because the experience eventually fades away. Yeah. For thrusters, yeah, we're gonna need that. Oh, okay. We can kind of relax now. I say relax. Where's the thrust button? I need to grab this experience. On this build, you eventually end up wanting to thrust with just your keyboard rather than your mouse. Juggernaut, yeah, it reduces. It increases our crash damage, which is our main source of damage. It reduces our speed, but eventually we're gonna be so fast anyways. Force armor, all damage resistance. Yeah, we need that. We need to back off while we heal a little bit. At least start dodging shots. Okay, now we have 10% damage resistance. That's all we have is hulls. Well, that's kind of useless. When you're not thrusting, we're never not thrusting. Always be thrusting. Always be thrusting in, always be thrusting out. Yeah, the only way to deal with a black hole is to really just be constantly on the move. Okay, now we have a deadly wake do fire damage. Let me just check. Where the heck is it? Right here. Oh, yeah, it ignites it. Yes, perfect. I just wanted to see if it did fire damage. Okay, deadly wake and are like thrusting fire or whatever it's called. Really, really good. The problem with using your mouse is that when you screen wrap, it's just okay. There we go. Oh no, that's that. Okay, no. Okay, that's. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how to control. Okay, there we go. You press A. Press A, and then you move the keys. There we go. Move my cursor off screen. So I'll stop adjusting towards my cursor. Yeah, this is me controlling with the keyboard. It's very, very different than controlling with the mouse. I don't think I ever want to use teleport. I always want to be on the move. Death Blossom, stabilization with thrust, rotation speed. Nah. Wake, skirmish. 25%. There's a full hull. Oh, Scorching Wave is the thing I was thinking. Yeah, we want skirmish to increase our crash damage, which is most of our damage. Well, most of our well, our highest damage ability is just ramming things. Oh, this guy's super, super obnoxious against this build. Oh god. I'm trying so desperately to hit him. Okay, I need to use my mouse again. Okay, be careful when he brings his orbs in, because that's when he, he summons a black hole. Or it. I don't know. God damn it. You gotta thrust out of the black hole. I only realized what I just said after I said it. I need to take some damage to get out of the way of his next attack. Damn it. Yeah, you can see what I mean. He's super obnoxious against me right now. I just need to hit him. I just need to hit him. I just need to. Damn it. Damn it, game. Please. I should just get up next to him and just start firing him. Or getting my deadly wake on top of him. Can level up. What can I? Ooh, Orbs of Discord. Yeah, this is perfect against this thing, because it's just. It'll slowly begin to spawn the orbs for each wild mod we have, or every 2 wild mods we have. Then he does this. It just smacks. It's really good against things you can't just ram blindly. These mines are just going to blow themselves up, which is good. Just got to fly close enough to them. Right. We're getting close to when this build pops off. Just a little bit closer. A little bit more. Okay, this guy should just be, instantly killed. Grab some rerolls, grab some levels. Terminate. Yeah, this will kill things. I'm actually gonna reroll for something else though. He's at full HP. Yeah, Rampage. More. Is it more speed? Oh no, this is constant thrust power. Oh, it's the friction thing that I wanted for speed. This is for the constant. This is more the damage up, really. Damage up, and the fact that I can no longer just be stationary. I can never be stationary again. Just super not a problem because I never want to be still. But yeah, slam into everything, fly into every bullet, and live. Gotta slow down for the experience to catch up to me. Oh god damn it! I picked Aegis. Is it when I'm not thrusting that does that? Oh yeah, this is. Oh, that's so satisfying. Yeah, we can basically trade our little shields. Like those are my shield. My little shield bonus or my defensive bonus. Just a little shot. The Celestial Lance, which will be constantly hurting me, but I think we're to the point where I can survive a little bit of self damage. Now I gotta pick my moments when I thrust. Guys, always choose the right time to thrust. This game has so many innuendos. Or, well, I say innuendos. I'm making so many innuendos with this game. Double entendres. Alright. Evolutionary niche. That's the void to the pool. Yeah, so this basically results in things dying if I reduce their health to a certain level. Not really that important. More rampage. Yeah, more rampage. Just so I can deal more damage. Yeah, eventually you get to the point where you get so many stacks of rampage, you're always at 100% speed. And it gets a bit hectic. Like if I were to just disable mouse movement, we'll slowly begin to pick up speed. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not doing anything. I'm just letting my character move forward. That's what this build is good for. Target's at full HP. Yeah, why not? They usually won't be at full HP, but if they are at full HP, we'll just do so much damage to them. Don't move too fast. That's the thing, is you kind of want a bit of speed reduction for Celestial Lance, at least in the early game. So you don't want to be going too fast because it'll damage yourself too much. Oh my god. Extremely satisfying. Exponential growth. I don't really want to banish anything right now. That banishing means you can never get it again, essentially. Targets at less than or equal to. Yeah. Or hulls are destroyed. Crash damage, which I believe it does. The Celestial Lance do crash damage? I should question this. Where is Celestial Lance? There it is. Moving current aura, upburn stuff. Good enough. Okay, let's fire a gun once just to shoot off our shield, just to be a bit of like, look at that swarm. It's because we do so much self damage, like so many small ticks of self damage that we cause that to spawn. Ludicrous speed and Planet Buster achievements. Streamline. Don't want Streamline because it reduces our crash damage. Dry seals, we don't have any. Subtream. This makes us faster. Faster, and it reduces friction. Just, it's gonna say like any good condom. God damn it. What is wrong with my brain today? Okay, now we have a harder time slowing down and constantly move faster. Yeah, let's now that we pinged off their shields, we want to ram them. There we go. I want a bit more durability before I just like show what it's like on this build to be AFK. Essence Sap I don't like. It removes your normal regeneration, but gives you a different type of regeneration that requires you to deal damage all the time. Stabilization. Yeah, I don't really care. And I'll have to do something else. Yeah, I'll have to wait for something else. Let's speed up to kill this thing. Just a little bit. Just one more. Just one more hit. There we go. Just one more quick ramming maneuver. Fire off all my homing armor. What the heck? There's so many enemies in this game I don't recognize now. Yeah, we're gonna need rerolls before I level up again because there's a bunch of things I don't want. But yeah, that's why you shouldn't do this build until you unlock most of the mechanics, or not most of the mechanics, most of the abilities in the game, because you'll have a lot of options that you don't want. But if you get if you make it so you can never get any weapon upgrades, which is a thing in this game, basically disable your weapons and you only get the upgrades for them. It makes it a lot easier to do this build. But I've done this build to great effect, like without ever having that. Oh yeah, Streets of Rogue, I used to play that all the time. My problem with Streets of Rogue is once I actually beat it the first time, I beat it every other time I played it, and it was so fun. So I've won. So I've completed the game. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, now we got the slipstream. Or slipstream. Yeah, this is. Look at this. Okay, yeah, the only thing that it puts us in danger is ourselves. Yeah, I think now I should be able to. Oop, I gotta be careful of singularity at least. Wait a second. So I'm just gonna set the game to doing its thing by itself. So I don't. Oh god. Yeah, don't worry about the black hole. The black hole is it's too slow for us. And when you're faster than light, all you live in is all you can see is darkness. But yeah, I've set the. I'm just letting the game run itself. I'm alive. Yeah, the black holes deal a lot of damage, but they usually don't kill you. Whoa. Yeah, we go too fast. Our problem is that our base speed is enough to kill us slowly. Yeah, so I'm just gonna. Okay, this is what we'll do. This will keep our speed to a relatively low. Yeah, we'll just kill things with our exhaust, basically. There we go. Okay, see, I'm not touching anything. I mean, you can see my hands. I'm not doing anything. But yeah, this is what this build can do. It is quite fun. Basically, you just become so tanky, and your speed is so dependent, or your damage is so dependent on just like the fact that you're like existing. I'm gonna start controlling myself now though, because we're eventually gonna get to the point where the screen is full of shit with these things. And I'm gonna want to actually be able to control myself. Or this. There we go. See? My voice cracks. At least I don't have any rerolls. Oh god, what the heck is this? I think I've seen this thing before, but oh, I've seen smaller versions of this. Okay. Gotta be careful of its front. That's the idea. Oh god, what the hell? Yeah, we can't go too fast. Because if we go too fast, we'll kill ourselves in 3 seconds. Yeah, that was it killed itself because of how our where is it? We have an ability that basically causes enemies to explode on death. Where is it? Or do we not have it yet? I don't even have it yet. It's somewhere. Don't worry about it. Either we have it or we don't. Oh, it's the same thing as before. It's a smaller version of it. Fire off our armor stacks. Reap our benefits of the... Here, whatchamacallit. A freighter. Cargo freighter. Reroll, come on. Hypermetabolism. Actually, yeah, hypermetabolism is kind of something we need. I never really took that. We can take it with thrust. And we can take rotation speed. We can take more scorching wave. Or scorching wave, I should say. Okay. Yeah, we have less max HP, but we have faster regeneration, which is... The regeneration is far more important. Because we want to be able to outpace the rate at which we damage ourselves when we fly fast. Our max HP isn't too important. Plus, we get more max HP from Rampage anyways. We're starting to get close. We're starting to get close to being able to outpace our self-damage. But yeah, once we can fly at max speed all the time, this run really comes into itself, because you see the Celestial Lance ability where it just... You speed up and you just see that giant, like AoE. That'll basically kill everything that gets anywhere near us. Project Shield's useless, yeah. Gotta wait for another reroll. It's really nice once you can start banishing things on purpose. There's a ship that it's basically called the research ship, and you can use that ship to kind of banish a bunch of abilities or a bunch of things you don't ever want. Oh yeah, we do have a reroll. You right. The next recursion, you choose this game an additional 2 times. Yeah. Why not? Every time I take a wild mod, every 2 wild mods we take has another one of these orbs that are flying around us, which do damage. So it's like even the bad wild mods kind of give us a benefit. As long as they don't give us too much of a downside, it's fine taking them. Yeah, I want more hypermetabolism because we have a good amount of hull right now, so we can kind of sacrifice our hull to get more regeneration, which is way more important. Because we're not getting one shot anywhere close to it. Yeah. But I want to be able to Celestial Lance as fast as possible, or as long as possible. Rampage, Slipstream. I don't want to remove either of these. So we're going to want to wait. Oh, wait. We just have Revelations. It doesn't banish. Oh. Yeah, well, let's take Rampage, because it gives us more durability. This would give us more speed, but we don't want too much speed. So then we just have constant thrust. Okay. So basically, I never thrust an action. I never thrust on purpose anymore. I just automatically do so. You gotta be super careful. You gotta be super careful. Don't go too fast, or else we take damage. Just want to circle around until we get all our HP back, and then we thrust. We go in. And we have how many stacks of this? I see 5, 6, 7. So 7 times. Oh, it doesn't give us a percentage, but yeah, we constantly add thrust power. Times 7, so if I just let the game go by itself. Look how fast we go. We go. Oh, we can reach maximum speed now. Okay. It reaches us maximum speed by default. So yeah, you gotta be super careful. If I just let it go, basically, the more powerful you get, the more dangerous it becomes. So you have to strike that perfect balancing act where you can play it. The game plays itself versus you having to take the wheel or else just die. So if I do this, it can play itself. Where we just thrust back and forth all the time. Just leave your mouse in the middle of the screen. I think we want to take a few levels of masochism because we're taking more self-damage than anything. It's like, yeah, that feels a bit nicer. Oh yeah. Alright. Thrust! Maximum thrust! Whoa! Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Ooh, is that what I was looking for? Reroll, Blade, Construction, Orbital Shield, Mayhem. 25% chance, or 25% effects to all the other changements, which must all be enabled. 5 gear choices, yeah, this is really good. Reroll, efficiency, when you're not firing, see, this is important. Vortex. We're nearly there. We're nearly to the point where we can. The game can play itself at times. I'll play one more run. One more run of this, and then I'm gonna take a break to eat. Let's avoid that run for now. Let's wait. Well, let's return to that later. Yeah, let's get Salvo. This is one of my favorite abilities. So as you can see, it stockpiles your shots, and slowly as you stockpile more and more, the rate at which you get more missiles is slowed and slowed and slowed. But it's super effective. So I think we want Warp. Let's see. So basically, you don't shoot. You save up, you save up, you save up, and then you shoot. That's super nice. But then we're gonna go Engineer. Basically, this is a super squishy guy that constantly his job is to summon constructs, like say drones. He summons more of them faster, basically. But basically, this build, this is my favorite. This is personally my favorite build. It's even more of my favorite. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, this build is the reason that it's my favorite is that you basically save up your salvo, and then you just do this. But imagine that times 100 is basically what it ends up being. Yeah. Elegant construction. Yeah. So we can shield our constructs, which isn't great on warp. And then overseer, you can no longer fire a weapon. This is one of the sources of not being able to fire a weapon anymore. But we're not going to take it. We're going to take elegant construction though. Basically, that's what I love about this game is that you can really tailor your build and just take the parts of like trees that you want and then avoid the rest of the parts of the tree, because some of them are detrimental to your build and some are really good for your build. Chaotic Ambition. We'll eventually want stacks of this because eventually we'll run out of other abilities and we'll wind up needing more wild mods, or else we'll just have like empty space. Like, imagine these are the wild mods we'll have. Imagine if all of these are gone and then we'll have 2 wild mods and then everything else is nothing. Yeah, we're gonna want regenerative shields. So I could have taken another construct, but I wanted to start on a bit of durability because that's most important right now. Striking the balance. Okay, we can really save up our shots. After Reconstruction, we don't want. Like, boost isn't important. Reroll. Last radius. Active armors. Burn damage. Let's take adaptive. Just so we can get really tanky. Yeah, once we unlock everything again, or once I unlock everything again, we'll be able to do like really weird runs. And you know, because eventually like the game gets super hard and you really need all the items in the game to really get so far. Okay, so whenever you're not firing, we're gonna be not firing a lot. Gemini, your shields protect you. Your damage is divided evenly between hulls and shield. This is actually pretty good if you have generative shields, because then you're constantly taking both damage types, but you wind up having more regeneration overall. And this is basically whatever you have more of is given to the one that you have less of. So if you have more hull than shield, you give your hull to your shield. Like, if your maximum hull is greater than your maximum shield, it's 3. Oh no, it gives you more of the thing you have more of, I think. If your maximum hull is greater than your maximum shield, convert 30% of your shields to hull. Otherwise, you give 30% of your maximum hull to your shields. So basically, you get more of whatever the thing you have more of. Which I don't ever take conversion very often unless I'm trying to do like something really funky. Or I'm trying to like really build up my shield to be ridiculous. Right, let's go Gemini Protocol. Or we'll go efficiency first. I mean, to progress the tree, we'll take Gemini Protocol. You can take both parts of the tree, but you have to at least take one of the next part of the tree to advance. Basically how the game works. Let's take channeling, because that's really good. Rapid Reconstruction, we're not taking. Discord, very useful. Sorry, my brain is just churning with like ideas. But yeah, I actually like the whatchamacallit, the constant like meteorites and black holes, because they can actually help you with boss fights if you know what you're doing. You can use them to your advantage. Let's upgrade shield constructs we're not taking. Ally, we'll take that. Okay, regenerative shields we'll take. Yeah. But we can totally just save up our well, once we get to a certain point we can totally just save up our salvo for bosses. This thing is tank. Basically we want to use it on things that are tanky. We're just waiting for it to die. Right. Gemini Protocol. We can wait on that. Yeah, we can give our little guy evasion, but we don't need it right now. Even if he dies, well, yeah, it also helps him avoid attacks. We don't need that right now. Actually, we do. We actually do need it because we want our allies, because we have multiple, to be as we want to give him evolution, which will allow him to level up with us. Which they'll be our main source of damage while we stack up our shots. Like we have 100 right now, and basically we never have to shoot. And that's what I love about this book, is that we will eventually shoot, but we'll save it up. So when we shoot, we'll just decimate whatever we're aiming at. And Orb can also be like a good source of damage. But as we slowly creep up to 200, it'll super slow down. And once we're at 200, it's usually where it starts to really, like, you can really feel that it's slowing down. Yeah, see, you can kind of see that it feels like it's super slowed. Rampage is super good. Like, the added thrust power is, like, meh. Like it's obviously not good, usually. It can get you killed, but let's go with mines, actually. Because mines can shoot our shots, so it makes it so we have to shoot less and less. Basically, this build is all about shooting as little as possible and saving up for just a massive, massive volley. That's usually how the engineer goes, is that you're usually not shooting your own shots. You spend most of the game just not doing anything in terms of, like, using your abilities. Yeah, you don't want conversion. Oh yeah, we went through it. Sorry. I was about to re-roll, and then I was like, wait a second. Have I actually looked at everything? It's like, no, I haven't. Spoiler alert, he wasn't paying attention. You can kind of see it takes multiple seconds for this to increase, but it'll get better at it over time. Well, not over time. Over time, it'll get worse. But over time, we'll get here faster. We'll get to the slowdown cap faster. So yeah, we just want this guy to come on screen, and we want to get inside, and we're gonna blow a load. Just you know, that's how it always goes. Hey, now watch this. Yeah, see? Now it wasn't too impressive. Like the number was impressive, but the damage was not. That's because we hadn't upgraded our gun very much, because I didn't intend to use it very often. A war machine. This will increase its fire rate as we level up. So very nice. Our turret, that is. So we're gonna start. See, we're already at 50. So like you can save up a lot, but you can also just like relatively be constantly firing. Okay, let's we wanna get through the boss, so we can start saving up our shots again. But the bosses, we have it so the bosses are more powerful now. But this guy's kind of a pushover once you know what you're doing, because you just live inside of him. You just pitch a tent in his body. Honestly, Rebuke is super good because it'll keep our tankiness high, and it'll work. Well, I actually do. No, I'll point defense because it'll increase the tankiness of our turrets, and it'll also allow us to be protected by them. They do damage to themselves. Last time I checked. Yeah, the turrets do constant damage to themselves. Basically, they have a limited life expectancy, but as you raise their hull power, or their hull HP, they'll eventually be able to be quite tanky. And what you want to do is you eventually want to gain an ability that allows you to. And this is super later. This is like 30 metagame levels later, where you can give your regeneration to your summons, your constructs, as the game calls them, which results in them basically being invulnerable. Or they won't die to their own damage. They won't become invulnerable, but they'll be immune to their own damage. Effectively. It'll mean they won't regenerate as fast, but they won't die just from their own abilities. Or you can use Shielded Construct. But, you know. Oh, this does. Oh, they buffed this, didn't they? Because I don't remember it giving you more hull. It's pretty nice. Yeah, let's get loaded mines so that we can fire our shots off. Our shots aren't particularly strong because we're focusing on the constructs, but eventually we'll get to the point where we can start upgrading everything. It's a slow burn. Like it's a build that focuses on survival until the late game, where you basically never really have to do anything. Okay, counter artillery, super good. Counter artillery basically means that your turrets will collide. Your turret bullets collide with enemy projectiles, degrading their damage and size or destroying them outright. And increases their power. Basically, they protect you. That's what I mean. You don't need to really do anything, is because your turrets will be able to do everything by themselves, or various things. All of your constructs can do all of your work for you, and you only really need to participate in terms of actually like contributing with like the weapon when you really need it. Like right now, I have 300 missiles saved up, which are relatively weak, so I'm not going to be shooting them because like they're not going to do much. But we'll eventually get to the point where we'll have a lot of damage. But that's some time ahead. But yeah, with salvo, you can really go like ape shit with it. Like you can get charge strike, so you can charge shot, so you can fully charge up your charge shot while your salvo is increasing in number, and this results in boosting your entire salvo, which really results in a lot of fun. This is why I love salvo. It's because like how many other weapons could you save up hundreds of shots in? But yes, rate of fire increases the rate at which we gain shots. These shots. It's not too useful right now because we're so slow that it isn't going to do much. What? We'll still get it because it'll increase the rate at which we get these. It'll be a lot more effective once we shoot and start from the bottom. Like gating shots when you're low is a lot more effective. But okay, so our salvo, yeah. It get to 400, and then for a second it was at 400 for so long. I was like, okay, is 400 the cap? No, I believe they go up forever. But Guardian. See, this is what you do with your ally. Basically, they get a second tree, and they basically get to evolve. So you can choose the Guardian tree, which results in them healing you and your other mechs. Believe, and they can distract. But yeah, and the ability to recover the hull of other types of damaged advanced constructs when you're all nearby. Let's grab Regeneration for it before we do that, before we consider which one of those we want, because there's also the Interceptor, which will result in them doing a lot of damage. The question is whether or not I want my ally to be defensive or offensive. And I have a turret, so I might want them to go defensive, but it really depends. And then we do the same thing for the drones that are around us. And I like to go offensive because the offensive drones can like break off from you because currently they're surrounding me. But you can make it so they'll go off and search targets on their own. Reinforced drones, and then unlock some mods for specialized drone types. See, this is what I'm talking about. So we'll do that. It'll make them, well, you can either have them be basically your meat shields, or you can have them be your offensive. But yeah, this is gonna be the last one, so I'm gonna try to get it to go as long as possible. And then I'll try Fall from Eden and see how many hours I put into that today. I mean, I'll play it until I beat it because I hate leaving games unfinished. You're at 500. Is 500 the cap? Nope, it's not the cap. Question is whether I want to shoot this or not. Yeah, I think it's time to blow my load. Oh, oh. But yeah, whew. It's just like that. It's just like that. Lonely Island, Lil Jon song, where it's like, when will the bass drop? When will the bass drop? It's like you just wait so patiently, and then you know, everybody's heads start exploding once the bass drops. Let's look. Fire rate. We don't want to reduce our fire rate. Sorry. Whenever you defeat an enemy. You know what? Let's see. I want to test something. Does it scale with my these little like debris? This little debris around me is the warpath essentially. But I want to see if it scales. If it does it with just my AI, or if it has to be me doing it. It appears like as this grows around us, that means we're getting more and more. Yeah, we're getting more stacks just from our NPCs doing the work, which is super powerful. Basically, this will make it so as our AI kill things, we get more shots just to make it faster for us to save up. This siege weaponry, we're never going to be holding down a fire button. You can shoot your salvo as if it was a rapid fire gun, which can be somewhat effective. Let's volley. The volley tree is super effective on it because it raises your base projectiles. So your base projectiles is 4, so it'll go up to 8 once you get full Cade. Or well, it'll be more than 8, but just from full Cade itself, it'll be 8. But yeah. Oh, whoops. I don't think I want it. I don't think that's the one that I wanted out of all of those, but I accidentally took it anyways. Okay, now our salvo goes up by 6 every time. Now it'll be 30. Yep. Now 36. 242. 248. Yep. Etc. Etc. Basic math. Oh, I did not mean to. Hardy har har. Mr. Premature over here. Another Lonely Island song I love. I love all the Lonely Island songs that are really good standalone like music, and also like complete meme material. Question is, do I want this? Yeah, they're the prioritize like asteroids and stuff. Question is, yeah, the thing about Interceptor is that it'll shoot your shots. The thing is my shots are never going to be too powerful, and it won't be able to save up a salvo like I can. So it's better to give it Defender, so it'll support me rather than trying to go on the offensive with my garbage weapon. Well, garbage to it. My weapon will be garbage in terms of that. Plus, I already have my grenades, or not grenades, mines that can shoot up my salvo. And see, it isn't much of a salvo because they don't save salvos, unlike I do. which is sad. It'd be so badass if they could charge up like a Mega Salvo like I could. But obviously their AI wouldn't tell them to do that. Or it would be hard to get the AI to like save resources. Like, I don't know, what would you manage that? But yeah, after this run, I'll be taking a break just to eat. And, you know, well, I mean, I already said this. I don't need to repeat it. I don't need to repeat myself. But, yeah, but after this one, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop in the middle of the run. Well, like Caves of Cover runs can last for days. This is usually the one that lasts for most of an hour. Well, I say most of an hour. It can last more than an hour. Uke, Kinetic, Gemini Protocol. Wait, do I really want Regression? Vanishing Mind, do I really want that? Yeah, let's go for Flocade. This is a boss, so I'll unload on him. Yeah, our salvo isn't too impressive yet. Okay, now let's just start saving up again. This guy's HP is a little bit deceptive. He this enemy right here, he only takes damage when part of him blows up, but his individual parts have their own HP, which you can't see. Usually, anyways. Yeah, see, he's just about to die. His HP is deceptively low, I guess. Like, it seems that he has super high HP, but then you start blowing pieces off of him, and it's like, oh, it's actually not that tanky by the end of the day. It can be tanky. You can definitely, like, think that your shot would kill him, and then it would just, like, you know, destroy a piece. He really counters, like, a lot of small bits of damage. But if you have a high amount of damage, you usually break this up. Oh god damn it, I didn't want to fire. Oops. Yeah. Mistakes were made. I already have that, so I'm just gonna I have 16 rerolls. Let's do advanced engineering. Yeah, they once you get this, it allows them to scale with you, so these things will actually be able to do damage again. Because they probably haven't been doing much, if any, damage this entire time. But yeah, once we unlock more of the drones, or the drone power-ups, they'll eventually gain formations, which there's two different formations. The defensive formations, which I honestly really like because you can have them so they're basically trying to catch enemy projectiles, which is very funny. And you can also have them, you know, go after enemies or other various things. Or you can have them all face in the direction of your weapon, which also serves to, like, have them take damage, but it also, like they fly in formation, so you basically they point in the direction you're firing, which is quite nice. You can upgrade. This is the defensive ones. Defensive ones, formation rampart, the new formation and toggle, and the ability to toggle between them. Rampart positions themselves between you and the nearest hazard. See, we'll get self-destruct because it'll do damage based on the HP, on their HP. What do we have? Guardians. Yeah, we have guardian constructs, so they'll do a lot of damage just from eventually getting murdered. When they eventually do get killed. Which, once we upgrade them to take shots instead of me, they'll basically be like decoys. Once we get decoy technology, or technology upgrades, they'll be doing the work, or they'll be dying more regularly. Yeah, they're currently just healing up one of my turrets. It's actually quite effective. Global damage. Honestly, Rampage for a little bit of global damage for my robots is actually kind of good. Just a little bit of the first instance of rampage is usually pretty minuscule in terms of like how much it speeds you up. Like I can't stay still, but like I'd have to like I'd have to take my hands off the game for it to actually matter. Like it's not like making me uncontrollable. Okay, I might die here. This is the moment where you salvo. Sorry, I shot some of my shots into no man's land. Yeah, once we get assault formations for our drones, they'll just like straight up fly into enemies. Which will be really good with the fact they also explode. Hey, that guy was just a mini boss, by the way. He wasn't even an actual boss. This is the actual boss. This guy shouldn't be as much of a threat as the other guy, because this guy... He's gonna be rarely focusing on us because you have so many targets for him. Yeah, there's also a version of this build that abuses the stealth of the one body that does it. I can't remember the name. But yeah, let's get decoy signal. That'll make it so they distract a lot of the time. See, the enemy is more focused on them than me, and they're pretty tanky, so you know, they'll keep them distracted for long periods of time. Long periods of time, I mean long. Yeah, the game should start revving up around now. That's usually the final bosses of the game starts getting like, properly really hard. Though we haven't grabbed Bravado yet on this run, so we probably won't run into anything too ridiculous. Not anytime soon. Bravado basically makes it so any enemy that could have an elite version will spawn as the elite version. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, assault drones, and they have pursuit. See, you have the battalion. They line up along your flanks and fire ahead of you, and then it increases their limit. But yeah, I want pursuit, so let's grab assaults. Yeah, I really like the assault formations. Specifically the pursuit formation. The assault formation just sort of makes them like line up. Which is nice, but it's not the best. It also makes them a big target, which, considering they're assault and not defensive, they're offensive, not defensive, them getting lined up like to be destroyed is not very effective. I say that and then I send them off to be in melee, but that basically turns them into like kamikazes. Because of the self-destructive ability. Well, they'll just blow up. Well, not on purpose. They'll blow up when they die. In case that was a bit of confusion. Yeah, I'm starting to fire off my gun because I want to make game a bit more. Ooh. Okay, Volcade. It'll just a fire rate, but it won't be too bad. But yeah, now we're getting 11 each time. Look at that. Holy shit. Yeah, once we get once we get pursuit, I'll be able to kind of go a little less, shoot a little less often with my own shots and save them up for like a boss, but right now I just want to get the map clear. See what I'm talking about? That meteorite just like fully collided with that boss, or mini boss. Oh yeah. Eventually, bosses are going to become a regular occurrence, and you'll end up having to fight 2 bosses at once, which is when the game starts really getting out of hand. And it's a good thing I'm not photosensitive because this is starting to hurt my eyes. If I was photosensitive, I'm pretty sure this game would already have me, have my eyes like bleeding. Contract I want. God, I have 18 rerolls. Let's yeah, we got pursuit. Let's get tab. Tab just tells them to go on, and see they go right up into close range. So now I can just focus on protecting myself. Ugh. It's quite nice. You can also set so your constructs don't automatically fire off, but I prefer automatic construct deployment because it's one less thing for me to have to do. Which might make you sound lazy, but honestly, you'd be kind of lazy too. If you had to dodge and do like a dozen different tasks all at once. This game's already high-paced enough without me having to divide my attention between all my powers. I say as I just let myself spin around in the center of the map. Sorry, I'm yawning because I keep forgetting to breathe. Man, this doesn't give us any benefit unless they're in that formation, but we're never leaving them in this formation. We're always gonna have them in pursuit. Let's rocket drone reduces the rate of fire. It gives them a blast radius. We can reroll. Yeah, let's go fleet. That will make it so we can summon 2 more of them, which is quite good. There are eventually abilities that allow you to summon more, but they kind of make you sacrifice your HP and your ability to fire, which, considering I don't fire ever, probably because it tastes so good. Oh, I have no idea then. Because people keep paying for it, probably. Yeah, have you noticed the size of my salvo? I totally haven't been saving this up for several minutes now. So let's see how far I can go before I need to shoot. You have a pet? What do you mean a pet? Like in real life? Oh god, I didn't make my bed at all. Oh, you mean that you meant my summons? I just realized I didn't make my bed at all. I completely forgot to do it. Like I just looked over to my left and I was like, oh, my bed is completely torn up. Let's alright, I hit that. Oh. Oh. Oh, I flew too close to the sun. Oh, there we go. We got the thing. We got that. We're starting to get the final abilities of the game. Yeah, that was 2 bosses at once. Which I could have definitely beaten, but I wasn't paying much attention. The Architect. This is the one I was talking about. Or no, not Architect. It's something else. A form that can deploy only one very powerful construct, can cause it to, which it can cause it self-construct. In power lets you deal massive damage to targets, but causes your weapon to have no effect to prevent you from creating constructs. This is what I was talking about. This is what you take when you do that ramming only build. Yeah, super mods appear when their unique requirements are met, which is usually to devote yourself to a lot of like ramming damage or like defensive abilities. Vital Bond lets your constructs benefit from a portion of your regeneration, which is so good. Tempest Break. Sorry. Triggers Tempest Break when your shield breaks, causes your shield to only begin cooldown when it breaks, but it cannot be interrupted. Very useful. If you have regeneration, this downside to only cool down when it breaks is basically pointless because you're just gonna heal your shield anyways. Yeah, the super mods are when the game like really starts to pop off. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this game for today. I'm gonna take a break to eat. And I'll be back with one step from eating. All right, see you around. I'll be back.